Hey there, this is Cheryl with Sew Glue, and Cheryl too. We're coming to you live, but if you are on right now, you're probably catching the replay. So hashtag replay. Let me know that you watched. And as you come in, we are in an event today with Craft Events by Jule. And so while we're waiting to get shared into the group, let me go ahead and get myself shared out. And Cheryl too. There we go. We're coming. So I have my comments up and get myself shared out. Maybe if Facebook is going to cooperate today. And we will let everybody know we are out there. Okay, come on in, say hi, let me know you're here. All right. Hopefully it's sharing me out. Okay, we got ourselves shared out, so we should be good. Should be able to see comments. Fingers crossed. And we are in an event today. We are in an event with Craft Events by Jule. And we are just waiting to be shared in. The theme today is birdhouses. Thank you, Jule. Thank you. So, we started out this morning at 10 a.m. Central Time with Sherry at Sunshine Designs. And then after Sherry was Linda Johnson. So it was Purling Creations by Linda Johnson. She was up. And then after her, everybody has done something amazing with birdhouses. Hi, Sherry. Welcome in. I was just talking about you. I got to watch you a little bit. I just didn't get to comment because I had a customer meeting. So, and then after Sherry was at 12 noon, we had Be the Light by Melanie. And then 1 p.m. was Kathy with CC Redesigns. 2 p.m. we had Rustic Daisies DIY with Renee. After that was 3 p.m. was Pretty Pieces by Michelle. And then we just had Christine with I'm Snow Crafty. I'm up next. I'm Cheryl with Sew Glue and Cheryl too. And then after me is Jule with Jule's Woodkit Some More. So the two of us are admins today. And then Carla will be joining us back again. She is just traveling on the road today, so she wasn't able to do any admin work today. And then after Jule at 7 p.m. is Tina with T&D Creations. And then at 8 p.m. is Shantae with Country Creekside Creations. So the theme today is birdhouses. So welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling me out, Jule. I appreciate that. And welcome in. So as you come in, I have decided I'm still going to go ahead and for a little while longer. If you go in and you comment, and you're communicating back and forth with me or whoever, I am going to take your name down, and I have been sending out happy mail to say thank you. Ultimately, to say thank you for supporting me, because it was about a little over a month ago that I hit 1,000 followers. And so it's just my way to give back and say thank you. So anyway, today being birdhouses, theme. So this is Pinterest inspired. So I went out to my scroll saw and I just had, it's real thin. I think it's an 1/8 inch pine that I cut out, and, I cut out the birdhouse, and then I cut out some birds. So I'll show you the birds. Cut out some birds with their wings. And so we are going to do a little bit of decoupage on this, and just thinking that this would be hi, Lori, welcome in. Oh, Yes, be safe driving home. But I appreciate you jumping in. I hear you guys had a really great retreat, so I'm looking forward to hearing it, Lori. You're looping. You're over here looping. Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry. Yeah, you may have to go out, come back in, go out, come back in. That is just annoying. I have had that happen, and I had it happen to the point where it wouldn't let me watch at all. Hi, Christine. Welcome in. Thank you. So anyway, I will talk. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Yes. So I live in Idaho, and over the weekend there was a shooting in Idaho. It doesn't happen frequently. It was at an In-N-Out Burger in the city of Twin Falls. Twin Falls is 2 hours east of me, and so I wasn't affected by it, but we do have some friends in Twin Falls, and everybody is safe over there. There was a one person that worked at In-N-Out Burger that did not survive, I believe, and then there was a second person. However, this person did injure a few other people. However, they are survivable. They are surviving from the shooting. The nice thing about it is that the state of Idaho is a carry state, and we have quite a few people that do. And because they are trained in said situations, they assisted in taking the shooter down. Now, when the shooter went down, he was not shot and killed by the carry conceal people. One was a police officer that was off duty, and there was another citizen that was there. That off-duty officer did only wounded that person. That particular person chose to take his own life at that point, and so he is no longer alive. He acted in a single instance, and they believe that there was mental illness in that. So I don't know what will come of it. I think that they're still investigating, but we will be praying for those that were affected in that shooting at the end of this. But thank you. Oh, thank you, Lori, for releasing the butterflies. I appreciate that. So anyway, this is my birdhouse, and I did cut this out. I cut my birds out. This is Pinterest inspired. I am gonna kind of think about what I'm gonna do. I think maybe I'm gonna put a button, which I have them over here. We'll get them, but I'm gonna decoupage. I have some paper, some really pretty. I really like the blue and yellow. It's got a light yellow background, kind of not visible for you guys to see, but we're gonna decoupage the paper onto the birdhouse, and then we're gonna make our birds, and we're gonna decorate it. So, all right, I'm gonna slap on some of this Mod Podge. I have my iron turned on. I am going to use the dry method today because of the fact that with scrapbook paper, it bubbles, and I am not a fan of when it bubbles. So we are going to try to do the dry method and see if we can make it work better for us. So I have my iron turned on over here on the other side, and I am just gonna get this Mod Podge all the way to the edges. Okay. All right. Let me grab my heat gun. We're gonna. Hi, Michelle. Welcome in. We're going to dry it real quick, and then we are going to iron the scrapbook paper onto it. Hopefully, it won't bubble up. I need to get rid of those. I don't know how or why Facebook decided that they were going to start doing that, but they block all the comments. Okay. I'm going to get it dry. I got it a little thicker in some places than I do in others. But, so we are in an event today. We are in Craft Events by Jule, and the theme is birdhouses. So we've had a long lineup today, which fortunately wasn't too terribly disrupted by some absences, so which is good, especially as an admin, and because it sure makes life a little crazy when you're an admin. Okay, and I think we've got it dry. Yes, ma'am. Okay, I'm gonna lay my paper down. All right, I have my iron, and if I can do this without burning myself or burning the paper, I was going to go do it directly on the paper. Hi, Melanie. Welcome in. Oh, hi, Boom. Thank you for coming in on your craft page, my friend. If anybody is, well, most everybody here probably already knows you and is following you. But if there is anybody that hasn't already followed Cozy Crafting with Boom, please go in and follow her. She has a new page. She's doing all the things, and I imagine you're in your wait period, right, before you can go do lives. Is that an accurate statement, my friend? All right. So I am just ironing this down. I'm trying to avoid, like with scrapbook paper, it bubbles, and so that's why I'm doing the dry method, is because I do not like it when it bubbles. All right, so let's see. All right, I think. Okay. Make sure I got all the edge. Okay, I probably need to let this cool off real quick before I start sanding. So while this is cooling, Chimama, it's a little warm. Then I have my birds and my wings and have just some scrap pieces of paper. So I cut out little birds. And like I said, this is not an original idea. This is Pinterest inspired. Somebody had posted a picture of something similar, and I thought, oh, isn't that cute? I could probably cut that out. So I attempted to. I cut it out with my scroll saw. So I'm going to do exactly the same thing with the paper, and then I cut out a little wing. So I have two birds with 2 wings. And then I have some, I cut out like little picket fence as well to kind of decorate. All right, so let's dry them real quick. So how is everybody doing? How is everybody's Monday? I know Michelle, her Monday was not a very good Monday. Mine started out rough, but ended up pretty good. We are getting, well, so there's a couple things happening in my life. Next week, my husband gets oral surgery, so he's going to have the top. So my husband, if those of you who don't know, he has type 1 diabetes. And with type 1 diabetes, they were treating him for type 2 diabetes for quite a long period of time until we had a doctor finally realize that he was actually addressing type 1 diabetes. And so all along in his life, they did not treat it very well. Anyway, it's kind of a long story, but anyway, so he, because of the type 1 diabetes, there's a bone deterioration a lot of times in the jaws. It affects the teeth. And so he is going to be having surgery next week for those, and he will then get implants. And so we have that going on, and he's getting ready to travel this week for work. And and then at the end of the month, we are finally going to take a vacation. We are going to Hawaii. We are going to go to Kauai, Hawaii, the island of Kauai. My husband, has been there before. That's where he went on a mission trip. We are going to go back, not necessarily for a mission trip, but we are going to go back because it's a beautiful island, and he wants to share that with us. Hi, Misty. Welcome in. Okay, so here, let me watch your ears. I'm going to use the sander to try to get my edges. Now, this is scrapbook paper, so let me see if I can maybe trim off bigger pieces first. And maybe it won't be so bad on everybody's ears. So we get an opportunity at the end of the month to be able to go to Hawaii, and it will be a nice little vacation. We've done a couple camping trips this year. We've done a couple camping trips this year, but haven't been able to go on vacation. And so this is an opportunity for us to be able to go on vacation. Okay, now watch your ears. If you don't like it, you'll have to kind of mute. Try to do it as fast as I can. I'm so excited, though. I'm looking forward to going to Kauai. It's been a while. When my husband and I were, I think it was at our 10-year anniversary, we went to Hawaii. Hi, Tina. Welcome in. We went to Oahu, the island of Oahu. That's where Honolulu is. And we got a chance to do a little bit of touristy stuff there. And then after we did the touristy stuff on the island of Oahu, in Honolulu, we went to Maui. Unfortunately, where we stayed in Maui, it is no longer there because it burnt, which is very, very sad. But we have an opportunity to go back to Hawaii. So we are going to the island of Kauai to explore that island. So maybe in my lifetime, we'll be able to visit at least each of the islands once. We'll see. All right. Get this off here. So I'm super excited. My husband, of course, has to work the mornings, but in the afternoons, we'll get an opportunity to be able to go do some sightseeing and things. So while he's working in the morning, this chick is going to find her way to the beach. I love, love, love the beach. So I will be spending a lot of time on the beach, looking to come back with a killer tan. But of course, you know, when you're getting ready to go on vacation, it comes with all kinds of other things. We had to find a house sitter wrapped up all into a pet sitter and a chicken sitter in one. I have 10 chickens. And so it's not always easy. Okay, so there is the birdhouse so far. Now, let me work on, let's trim, let's see if we can trim around this one. This is the bird, one of the birds. I have two. Let me see, I probably, well, I don't know if I still have, I probably do. I probably have some of those emery boards somewhere. Let me look and see if I have, if I can, I spy my memory boards. No. Oh, wait, there's one. I think that's it. Oh, nope, that's tweezers. All right, well, we're just going to have to make it work. All right, so we are working on, I've got two birds and I've got some fence. So we're going to paint some fence. Hi, Barbara. Oh, thank you. Oh, that's okay. I appreciate it. But I appreciate you coming in and letting me know you're here. And welcome. I am Cheryl with Sew Glue and Cheryl too. And I appreciate, thank you. It looks like you're following, you had said, so that's wonderful. I do appreciate that very much. We are in an event with Craft Events by Jule. And if you haven't already become a member, you're welcome to join. It's free. It's a public group. You can go in and join. And then you can refresh to watch all of the creators in the event. These events are going to go on through, on Mondays through September. So the end of September, September 28th, we will be disbanding the group because the Lord is speaking to us and calling us in different directions. So we are called to obey. So we are obeying. So, but that won't be the end of it. You will be, you popping in and out. You're cooking and getting ready to go to the cabin tomorrow. Oh, nice. That's great. I heard you talking about it on your live. I just didn't know that it was like, now is it your cabin or are you guys doing a Verbo? And I may be talking to Renee and she's not listening because she had to go hop out and get some more recipes. It takes a minute to prepare for something like that if you're going to stay in a cabin. Man. Okay. All right. So here's our bird. I've got it. This paper got yellow with white checks on it. It's well, yeah, you guys can see it. And then I'm going to do the wing here real quick. Trim it off pretty quickly here and work on sanding it. I got all the shavings on my paper, so I'll have to, and I've got one more bird to do a decoupage on, but I chose colors that kind of match the paper. Hi, Christina. I'm sorry. I will put you on my list to pray for your shoulder. Let me write that down so I don't miss it. Okay. Thank you for letting us know, but thank you for watching. All right. Just trying to get the little wing here. So my husband, I have to take him to the airport tomorrow for work because he is traveling this week. And then, so I am going to be a bachelorette for a couple days. Which is fine because there's I have a lot of things that I really need to get done. Okay, so this, I don't know, this one is white and it has yellow, oh, there you go, yellow polka dots. This is the wing and it's going to go on the bird like that. So you can kind of see, and I might put wing details on it with a marker or something. It just depends. We'll see what it looks like. But okay, so the last one I have one more bird. It goes ultimately the opposite direction of the other one. I'm gonna go ahead and do exactly the same thing. Do the dry method. Oh, you're back. I didn't know you were gone. We're going to do the dry method. Ew. This is yucky, yucky, yucky. Okay. Spreading that Mod Podge all over. I've just got it all over my fingers now. But, okay. And I got my hair in. Whew. Making a mess here, folks. I'm just a hot mess today. Man, oh man. Okay, watch your ears. I'm going to dry the glue. And then we're going to finish up the birds and we'll start kind of gluing it together. I kind of created my own kit. Let's see, where did I put, I kind of created my own kit. I cut out two. I have two birds with the wings and the fence. So I don't know. I don't have a. That's in case I finish early, but it doesn't look like I'm going to finish early. I have a scroll saw. I don't have one of those really cool laser things that cuts wood out. So I go out there and I try to cut it out with my scroll saw. All right, so I have this one. I have some blue paper. It's kind of got a check pattern on it for the bird. So I'm gonna put that on, and then I have the larger plaid, that was the larger plaid. This is the smaller plaid of that same kind of blue color, and we're gonna do the iron-on for these. And then I've got to paint the fence. I got a white picket fence that needs to be painted white. All right. That little piece is not hard to, you just have to kind of set your iron on it. I just want to make sure that the paper is sitting. All right. Hopefully I don't burn myself. Oh, I kind of glued it to the paper. All right. Okay, here we go. I'm going to just trim. I'm just cutting the extra paper off. Makes it a little bit easier to use the gator on it. Get the edges sanded off real quick, and then we will move on to the fence so you can kind of see what I was doing and kind of what my thoughts were. And you can kind of see. I thought that this particular birdhouse was Pinterest inspired, and I thought it was really cute, and I think that there are so many possibilities. So just trying to decide. I have the ability. I can probably drill a hole at the top. Like, so if I put the bird on, I could drill a hole at the top so this could hang. I could put a hanger from the back. So there's a lot of different things that we could do with it. I don't know. And it's not thick enough to be a shelf sitter, but you could set it up in like a little photo frame holder or something too, easel or something. You could do that. All right. Okay, so there's the wing. Let me get this bird cut out, and then you guys can kind of see the direction I'm going. Now I do want to, before I glue anything down when it comes to the birds, I need to do the fence, because I think that will tell me how high up I need to put my birds. So what is everybody having for dinner? Well, I know what Renee is, I think she said she was fixing dinner. She didn't, I don't know if she told us what she was fixing. I think my husband, so we discovered, I don't know if any of you have tried this or not, but we have discovered, I don't know what they call them. They're kind of like Mexican pizzas. Hi, Rona. Welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling, my friend. We call them, or I call them, Mexican pizzas. We take a tortilla, and then my husband has a flat top grill, or a griddle, and so they get cooked on the griddle. But what he does is he takes a tortilla, and it can be a flour or a corn tortilla, just depends upon what you prefer. And then he takes, you can do it with ground beef. A lot of times what we do is we do it with ground chicken. He'll take a spoonful of ground chicken, put it on the tortilla, raw, spread it around so it's kind of thin and flat on the tortilla. And then from there, he'll put them on the flat top griddle, and he will with, I don't know what he puts on the griddle itself, but I imagine it's probably a little bit of butter or something, or tallow. And then as the tortilla heats up, it actually cooks the hamburger or the ground chicken on it. And then he'll put like we have some shredded cheese that he puts on top of that. And it's kind of like, almost like a taco, but a little different. And then when you eat it, it's almost like, I would describe it as almost like what you would see as a torta, where you have the shell and you can put your lettuce, your tomato, your onion, your hot sauce, whatever on top of it, whatever you do with your like taco style, and you can eat them taco style, or you can cut. Oh man, Rona, man, oh man, oh man. You had ice cream as a treat. Was it homemade ice cream, or was it store-bought? Barbecue chicken, fried, and cheesy coleslaw. That was just a quick dinner tonight. Oh, well, I'd hate to think of what's not quick for you. Goodness. You probably have a killer recipe for, here we go. So here's the bird and the wing. Okay. You probably have a killer recipe for curry. That was when I think I was 16. Just a second. I'm going to dump the shavings off of here. When I was 16, I had an opportunity to go over to the London area. It was Essex specifically, because the people that I was a nanny for, they had family and relatives that lived in Essex. And my first time of having curry was in Essex. Essex, England. And you guys love your curry over there. And I loved it too. It was delicious. It was the first time I had ever had it. It was store-bought ice cream in the tub. Well, that's okay. It's still good, right? Okay. So I have a fence. Let me show you kind of let me clean up my Mod Podge at the moment. One of these days I'll be able to throw away this. Isn't it terrible? I have a crafter's urge. It's like there's very little in the bottom, but I'm determined to use this until it is dry before I throw that thing away. Okay. So this is, and you'll see kind of what I'm talking about. Once I paint these, you can kind of see I have to, now they're okay, let me see if I can hold them on my fingers. Okay. So you're going to have a little picket fence, and then we'll have the birds up at the top, and then I'll grab my button thing, and I'll look for like a big black button or a brown button to be the hole for the birdhouse. But I want to kind of dry brush these real quick and get them covered. And then I dug out my wax, so I will wax them a little bit to kind of make them look a little bit antique. And I probably will antique the edges of the birdhouse too. We'll see what it looks like first before I go to antiquing lots of recipes for curry. Yeah, you do lots of Indian food there, don't you? then we'll see what we decide we want to do with the birds, and whether or not I'll put antique around the edges of them or not. Okay. Just trying to whip them out. Oh, I probably should turn this off so I don't burn myself. Okay. All right, I'm gonna let that cool down. Up after me is Julie with Julie's Wood Kits and More. And then after Julie is Tina with T&D Creations. And then at the very last person today is Shantae, and she is with Country Creekside Creations. And so stay tuned. Don't go anywhere. There's still a lot of creators left to show you kind of what their versions of birdhouses are. Okay. I'll get these dried up, and then we'll go from there. This wood is really dry. It is very dry. Okay, I don't think I need that anymore. I may choose to do something on the back. So I still have kind of the wood. I may just paint it, or I could put a different paper on the back. That's a possibility. If I wanted to make it so that it kind of hung and had both sides, I could probably cut out some more birds and put 2 more birds on the back of it as well. Just kind of mimic the same design on, so I'd have a double-sided, but we'll see. All right, let me dry these real quick. So has anybody had the tortilla, like what I'm talking about? Yes, there has been. I mean, it's amazing just the difference in what somebody decides to do. It's great. It's the same subject, but everything is different. I agree with you, Rona. The great theme. Whoever thought of a birdhouse? Well, it was the 3 of us, Julie, Carla, and myself. We got together and decided on themes, and birdhouses was one that we thought was really clever, and so we all agreed that that would be the next, we did them 3 months in advance, so we do a quarter at a time, or we did a quarter at a time. So so I think I'm just going to use my 3-in-1, my Beacon 3-in-1. It's not necessarily calling for hot glue today, so we'll use the Beacon and glue her down. Okay. Let's stick this other railing down, and then we're going to stick our posts on. Oh, you use similar using corn tortillas? Gotcha. Yeah, I think my husband, so I'll have to take a picture of it and post it on the site so you guys can kind of see what I'm talking about. Okay. I have to let the glue kind of take hold here for a second. There we go. Now I hand cut all of these things out. Let me tell you, sure would be easier if I had one of those cool, what is it called, a glow forge, but I don't. So it's me, myself, and I. So you can kind of tell, I don't know if you can tell the difference, but when you put two of the posts up together, you can see that they're hand cut. So it certainly makes them an original. Okay, I'm just kind of working on my spacing of my fence posts here. Okay. I didn't, but I can after the fact. I didn't add my distressing. Well, you know. Oh, you've seen the photos of it? Oh, you want me to show a photo? Yeah, I can post a photo on my page so you guys kind of have an understanding of what I'm talking about. I call them, or my husband and I called them Mexican pizzas, but it's not pizza by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah. Yes. Hi, Shantae. Welcome in. Thank you for sprinkling. I appreciate that. All right. So I will hold this up and show it to you so you can kind of see. And then maybe I will go ahead and, oh. Okay, so here we are with the start of the birdhouse with the little white picket fence. And I think I will, I'll use a little bit, and I can probably, do I want to use a brush? I don't know, because if I use a brush, this is not always easy to wash out of the brush, but let's see, what do we have here? Now, I don't want to use one of my good stencil brushes. Let's use something that I can toss if it doesn't come clean. Okay. Yeah, those are too small. Okay, well, we'll try this puppy. All right, I'm just kind of, I got that a little thick on one side. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Can kind of see that as I work my way down the fence line. Can kind of see the aging of that. It does add some nice little character. Where are we at on time? Oh my, we got 15 minutes. Time flies by. Here I had like 2 other craft options available in case I got done early, but dang. Okay. So I will be on again on Wednesday. So if you're curious as to, I made a post. Okay, so there we are with the fence kind of distressed, which I think really adds a little bit. Let me do that around the edges of the birdhouse as well. And we'll see. And I would say while I'm thinking about it, if you have prayer requests, please reach out, either reach out to me, or you can, if you don't feel comfortable sharing, you only get the thin crust because you don't like all of the bread. Yeah, I get that. Share, you can either share with me right now if you'd like. If you have a prayer request, I'm happy to pray for you. And if you don't feel comfortable with sharing it in the public forum, you are welcome to message me directly and just let me know. So here we are. Kind of, I don't know, it's kind of hard to see the distressing around the edges on the birdhouse, but it's there. You can see it. And just let me know that you need prayers. I'm happy to pray for you. I will also pray for you in my prayer. I have my regular prayer routine that I pray. And so please feel free to reach out to me. All right, so we have the birds. Okay. So let me put the bird's wings on real quick, and then we'll glue them down to the house. And then if we have time, it's not hard to see. Oh, okay. You can see the distressing. Thank you. I never know, because from here, it looks like you can't see it. But oh, yes. Yes, Rona, that is absolutely true. It's either you speed through the time and it's like you still have another 30 minutes to go and you're like, oh my heaven's sakes. And you thought your project was going to take you an hour to get it done. Been there, have done that. And then quick things like this, I thought was going to only take me, so I came with 2 other crafts to be able to finish, and it looks like we're only going to get 1 of them done. Okay, let's see. Fortunately, I like the beacon 3-in-1 because it gives you a little bit of time to move things around if you want to make sure that you have the placement that you want. This stuff is just super duper. I love it. Okay. And I'll hold it up as soon as I get it. Make sure that it is down. I'm going to put the lid on this for just a minute so it doesn't start to get dry. Okay, so here is where we are at with the little birds. And let's see if we can find a button. I didn't have time to grab them. Okay, aha. My big jar of buttons. Oh, hey. No. I don't know if I like that or not. Here, you tell me. Okay, so this would essentially be the hole in the birdhouse. Or, hold on just a second. I have another idea. Here. I think, let me make sure I don't have one a little bit bigger. Now, this is a button. Okay. And I think, let me clip the back off of it real quick. I kind of like this better. And you guys can tell me what you think. Okay. Okay. Then I'm actually kind of copying, but I do understand why. Oh. Bird's not completely dry. Then I got like the heart. So that's a heart button between the two birds. And I kind of like that better. But I'll let you guys tell me. Hearts for the heart, or thumbs up for the circle for a hole in the birdhouse. Okay. The hearts have spoken. I agree. Yep. The heart button, heart button. Yeah, I agree. I have to agree 100%. All right. Let me glue the heart button on. And then, now if I have missed any prayer requests, please, please, please give me grace, because I have realized that Facebook has not been playing very nicely when I ask for prayer requests, and then they don't show them to me. So if you do have a prayer request and I don't say it, it's not because I didn't want to pray for you. It's just because Facebook did not show me your comments. So please, 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 please understand that I am not trying to be rude. We are going to, real quick, so here I'll show you, I'll hold it up. Maybe I can do it without knocking, everything over. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hanger on it and have the hanger coming from the back, probably just with some jute. And then that way it can hang on the wall, be a wall hanger. So up next is Jule. Yeah, we can pray for Lisa Mary. Absolutely. She has some heart surgery coming up, and so we want to make sure we absolutely keep Lisa Mary in our prayers. For a speedy recovery. Okay. And if they're just looking to see if there was, thank you very much, Tina. Okay. Thank you, Michelle. I think I have seen everything. Thank you. Thank you. So I want to pray now, because then here in another minute or so, I need to be an admin and go let our friend Julie in. So let's go ahead and bow our heads now in prayer. Lord, we come to you with great gratitude and thanks for the opportunity to be able to spend a little bit of time together in community, celebrating you and crafting and just being a loving, graceful community of each other, Lord. And we ask that you be with each and every one of those people in Twin Falls that are affected by the shooting. And Lord, we just ask that you wrap your loving arms around the shooter's family, Lord, as they need a lot of love, grace, and forgiveness as well, for they cannot necessarily control another person, even when there might be mental illness at play, Lord. And we just ask that those affected get a quick healing and have forgiveness in their heart for that young man who did not survive, Lord. And we come to you with prayers and healing prayers for Christina's shoulder, Lord, as we just ask that you continue to repair the tissues and the muscles and ease the pain in her shoulder so that she can continue on with the therapy, the icing, and everything that is necessary in order to be completely rehabbed for the use of her shoulder, Lord, as this one was a tough one. And Lord, we ask that you keep Lisa Mary in your just in your loving hands and healing hands as she is getting ready to go into surgery. I think it's coming up here very soon, Lord, and we just ask that you bless the hands of the surgeon for precision. And we just ask for quick, speedy healing and recovery for her so that she can come back to the crafting community and be with us on a regular basis, Lord. And we just ask that you bless her family and because it's going to require a lot of support for them to be able to support her during this time, Lord. We just ask all of this, and we ask that you bless every single person in the wake of my voice, that they may be blessed and that their household be blessed. In your loving name, I pray. Amen. All right. It was a longer prayer than that, but I'm going to go while I'm on, I'm going to go in here and grab Julie, and I'm going to share her in. Okay. There she is. I found her. Okay, and so all you have to do is refresh your screen. I have shared her in, and go over there and say hi and support her. And she's on. All right, thank you guys. God bless. I love you all. Have a great night.